America. And my God, what an enthralling trip. 'Cause what other country will let you fuck up your whole life just like I did? And lately there's a lot of homies on our streets. I bet your country couldn't fentanyl on their mouths with his...
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You beautiful people. What's happening? Welcome to the most powerful podcast on the planet, dude. The most powerful podcast? No way, dude. Yeah, dude. No big deal. So, I don't normally do this, right? But I'm going to do a disclaimer very quickly. Because I believe in free speech as a comic, first of all. And if you get offended, I don't regulate your emotions. What is this? This is, grow up. Like, you're offended, that's your problem. It's not my problem. My problem right now is that it's 85 degrees at 10:30 at night. So, this podcast today is truly, it's dangerous, number one. But I'm in Bethlehem, PA, and lo and behold, Main Street is considered, the best main street in the United States of America. But, don't look too close to the steel stacks and the Lehigh River, because you'll see the houselessness crisis. You'll see the homeless encampments. There's just a series of tents like it's Skid Row. And it's in Bethlehem, PA. This is like small town, every town USA. It's like a great little town. There's not many people. Billy Joel has a very sad song about Allentown. We're living here in Allentown, and they're shutting all the factories down, and they're making meth tents in the creek. I don't know. Here's the deal. I wanted to know why there's so many homeless people in our community. First of all, because it seems, since we're the number one main street in the United States of America, oh no, it seems like people have blinders on. Their head is in the sand. They go, oh, I don't see any homeless people. I just see the best main street in the United States of America. Whatever that means. So, look, here's the reality. I look at these people as community members. I'm not judging them. You'll see two interviews that are powerful. It really moved me. Some people there have to walk 1.5 miles just to get water in the morning. Like, the things I take for granted. And it was really sad talk. The first interview I'm going to show is a gentleman by the name of Kyle, that may or may not be his real name. And I have a soft spot for veterans that are homeless, and over 60,000 veterans are homeless in America. That's anti-American. That's truly the most unpatriotic stat that we have. On top of that, he's getting, at least the DA is giving him mental health meds. But look, this is a weird podcast today. No one dared to do what I did. To be honest, I was a little bit scared going into the encampment. Like, there's alcoholics and drugs and mental illness, But I cared more about, like, understanding, why did this happen? When did this happen? How is this allowed? And then I had to compromise to get these two interviews. And this is the compromise. Get a little of this. So you might be wondering, like, how did they go to the bathroom? So sanitation is a legitimate issue. And the Lehigh River, which there's a tributary that leads directly to the Lehigh River, they basically, like, poop in bags and throw out all their garbage. I took over 500 pounds of this putrid smelling death. It smelled like, I wish one day in the near future, since we don't have flying cars, I hope there can be like smells that can come from the photons from the light and vibrational energetic wavelengths going up to the satellites and coming back down and going to radio towers and then eventually to your screen, your TV, for your viewer entertainment in 4K. But as of today, I can't transmit. Cool bike, bro. I can't transmit how horrible the smell was, and I got it on me. And the second interview you're going to see is a gentleman named Tennessee who made this whole thing possible, who allowed me to come into their homeless encampment. I met him at a Sunoco gas station right by my apartment. And then lastly, this is so ironic. One of my special forces friends I have got locked out of his apartment, and he slept over at my house last night, and he's fascinating to talk to. Because I'm about to join the Army in about 2 months. And he has a couple companies. He's been through everything, and he's on the other side now. He's not homeless and struggling and acquiring all these barriers to a healthy and happy kind of life. But he's going to help with sanitation. He's going to help with trying to get veterans. I don't even know what to do, to be honest. How do we fix the homeless problem? There's like 3.5 miles of tents and people pooping in bags in Bethlehem, PA. Or, it's number one Main Street, people. So here's my thoughts. You guys are going to see the podcast, but maybe a GoFundMe specifically for the veterans that are homeless. This check will be given by a legitimate veteran like my friend directly to these veterans that are literally, facing the elements every day, which I would have to get loaded. I would have to drink like a bottle of Tito's a night. It's so hot out right now. So without further ado, this is a very long introduction. I apologize. Without further ado, welcome to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where there's a homeless encampment that houses over 100 people in tents. This is now commonplace in Pennsylvania. Okay. This is all the trash. So we took most of it. We can get you a shower tonight because that garbage fucking smells, dude.
Yeah.
So
I'm terrible trying to turn light.
I just want to make sure we're both on camera here. All right, man. I appreciate you doing this. Not many people. It's hot, first of all. My name's Ross. I'm a comedian. I traveled the country doing stand-up comedy, and I'm from Nazareth. So, what's your story, man? What's your name, and how'd you end up here?
Name's Kyle. I was in Texas.
What part?
I was in Houston area.
Okay.
I started becoming schizophrenic, where I hear voices and things that I shouldn't be able to hear that I do hear. And looking at friends and family and just knowing that they're lying to me wasn't conducive for me. I moved in with some really bad people, and we took a trip to Las Vegas. I lost them, and I became homeless in Las Vegas.
What was that like in Las Vegas?
Horrendous. Schizophrenic to begin with is horrendous. Walking through streets with that many people, being paranoid, schizophrenic.
I could imagine all the lights, and it's a party town, people. Man. And why one knows, like, for me, if I have to sleep outside every day, I have to drink or do something to calm my nerves because it's the elements, dude. Like right now, I'm sweating. When we were taking the trash out, it'll be really hard for me to sleep outside. even though I'm exhausted right now, how do you do it, man?
Typically, what I learned in Las Vegas is it's easier to sleep during the day and be awake at night because it's cooler at night.
Interesting.
And we slept in tunnels, and like, there's a whole city underneath the city of Las Vegas.
Do you know when this whole thing started in Bethlehem?
What thing?
The whole encampment from here all the way to Steel Stacks.
That I don't know. When I got here in 2023, it was already there.
Awesome. And no one bothers you?
And Bethlehem has a policy: out of sight, out of mind. As long as they don't see you and you don't cause a disturbance, no one bothers you. You cause a disturbance and you're visually seen, then you're going to get moved.
One thing that personally upset me, and you don't have to answer this, but when I learned that you were a veteran and then the VAs, you're obviously still getting your medicine, but being homeless as a veteran, that pisses me off, man, to be honest.
There's plenty of people worse off situations than me, especially veterans.
How do you keep that like positive attitude?
How do you not?
That's wild, bro, because there are people in my friends that have shelter, they have food, they have water, they have love, and they're still not happy.
Here too. We have shelter, we have food, we love each other way more than most people would love each other because we have nothing. You know, we don't care. I don't care if we have a job or not. I don't care that we're living in a tent. We're here for each other and going through fucking hell together. Don't matter. Nothing about a dollar.
You've been super kind to me, and everyone in here has been pretty peaceful.
That's what it should be. The homeless should be helping the homeless. They shouldn't be robbing, stealing, and pillaging from other homeless.
I met one of your roommates, Tennessee, at a gas station, and he came over and took a shower. And as far as I'm concerned, I think the more people welcome people into the community, this is a community.
It is.
And when people put blinders on, man, they put their head in the sand, so to speak, you're not ignoring the problem. You're just not confronting it, and you're being dishonest in a way. Like, I don't see this, and
it's not there.
Yeah. And then the other part is like, there's freedom. There's a freedom element to outdoor living.
To a point, I agree with you. I actually think outdoor living is more work than people give it credit for. You're fighting for survival every single day. You're fighting for food. You're fighting for warmth. If you cut down a tree to get fire.
Feel free to interrupt. Yeah.
Every day, like, honestly, like, my biggest reason why I'm interested is
do you want to be on camera or no? It's up to you.
We're going to send a text to me.
And all this will be edited, by the way, so you don't have to worry.
Terrible when you're sweating like this, right? You're heat prone, you're asthmatic, you're eczema. Every time you sweat,
so how do you guys get to see medical ever?
We have shrink meds that come through.
Okay. It's going to help you every time you're sweating. Guess what? It's called cool down.
So there's doctors that do come and help.
They come to us. Like the old days, how the doctors used to come to people's houses, house calls. Yeah. They come to us in our tents.
Oh shit!
Or we'll go meet them at the library, or they'll order a lift for us if we have to go to a hospital.
You know that probably no one in Bethlehem knows that.
I can almost guarantee it.
The other thing that is fascinating, my friend Matt Mulchaney, who I interviewed, he set up a free recording studio at the public library. Mm-hmm. So since you live here, you could technically go and record an album or a podcast, do whatever for free. It's booked every week, but Bethlehem has some cool stuff. I don't know. This is like a small town, everyday USA kind of town. Like it's like an American dream kind of town.
Historic, but yeah.
Yeah. It had Bethlehem Steel back in the day. And since you've been here, are you on a scale like 1 to 10? Are you happy with everything?
It depends on the day, depends on the time, depends on the situation, but on a scale of 1 to 10 overall, 4.
What are your biggest barriers, I guess, to improving that number?
Suicidal, schizophrenic, not knowing what's real and what's not real.
Do you get...
there's times I think she's a figment of my imagination.
Yeah, that's how... Yeah. He thinks I'm a figure of his imagination because I'm just too good to be true.
You know, it really struck me that because you seem so normal, like when I met you, when you're talking about the army, and you're trying to clean up the sanitation, because that's a real fucking issue, man.
I made a deal
Sanitation
with
is a
myself
bad
a long
problem.
time ago that I would keep the crazy on the inside, so when normal people are around, and when people are gone, it's just me and my tent, I let the crazy out. That way I can't, be thrown into a mental ward because I'm acting psychotic. It's still there.
I've been to multiple psych wards. You're not alone. I'm crazy. Schizophrenia is something I don't understand. I can't even wrap my head around.
Trust me, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I know trees can't talk. You know trees can't talk. Trees in Las Vegas didn't get that memo.
Jesus. What would they? I'm not even gonna go there because that's not.
Like I said, it'd be different. It depends on day, time, mood, who was, because there's different voices.
If you could have like food tomorrow, what would you want? Because we're gonna try and start a GoFundMe, especially since you're in the. I know you don't want to talk about that stuff, but we're going to start a GoFundMe to try and improve the situation, because this is our community, man. Like, these are people. No one's story should be erased just because they live on a different side of the town, and you should have access to food and basic human rights.
Yeah, we have access to New Bethany, where there's breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
Monday to Friday.
Oh, great.
UCC Church has lunch on Saturday and Sundays. But, dinner time is kind of up to us. We have food stamps. It doesn't always last us the entire month.
Are you spiritual?
I'm religious, but I'm not devout.
What religion?
Catholic.
Nice.
I'm happy.
You're such a good... Are you spiritual, religious?
Yeah, but I believe in... Well, everything kind of deserves a little, thank you in my show. Like, I got a good fridge. I got a perfect fridge. You keep my stuff nice and cold. Good fridge.
It's kind of funny. The Native Americans, I learned this recently, when they pray, they give something called a tobacco tithe, because, like, praying, it's just like asking me. So the Native Americans give, so there's a balance before prayer. But
well, like I said earlier, when you talk to God, it's prayer.
Yeah.
When God talks to you, you get thrown in the cycle.
Dude, you're funny. That's a legitimate.
He had no
without humor, what's the point?
Full of fucking jokes from back to front.
I'm telling you right now, one of my buddies doing he has a taping at Godfrey Daniels. I don't know if you know what that is.
I remember you told me about him earlier. I don't know who it is though.
I think comedy kind of saved their. I don't know how much you follow pop. Do you watch news?
Well,
Do you
they
watch
say
TV?
laughter is the best medicine.
I used to be called the walking human TV guide when I was a child.
Right.
I knew what was on, when it was on, what channel was on, everything. I haven't looked at a TV in damn near over a year now.
It's probably better for you, bro, because the CNN, Fox News virus, you'll get bitten, bro, and there's no coming back. Like, some people are. Their whole ideology is consumed with something that doesn't even affect them.
Or apply to the situation, or...
You're more sane than most of the people watching Fox News or CNN. To be honest, like, for real.
Some of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is stuff I'm willing to say.
Yeah.
Not the stuff that I don't say. It's stuck in my head.
You don't want to hear
I call them Bigfoot theories. I know they make no sense. You know they make no sense.
I gotta ask
But when you're putting a puzzle together and there's 9 corners, what do you do with that?
It's tough, man. But you guys are doing the best you can with the circumstances you were given, and that's commendable, dude. That's respectable. And I gotta ask you a question: how safe am I here right now? Like, is there ever murders?
We've had people like creeping around and walking around, but they know better because it's not.
Again, that's why I have booby traps out.
2x4s with nails sticking out of them. It's his.
You have like technical experience that I feel like most other people
2x4s
don't
with
have.
giant nails sticking out of them. So we hear ow, and then we just see who's limping the next day.
So I guess my question is, if like a normal civilian would come into this, like,
I don't think they would. They'd be
come
scared.
in?
No,
that direction.
We have normal people.
They'd have to get through a wire that's wrapped around bottles, so they'd have to clink it. I hear that.
Wow.
Then they'd have to get through chicken wire, and then they'd have to get through my booby traps of the nails.
2x4s.
I like
they
you
get
more
through
and
all
more
3 of
talking
those.
to you. Yeah.
You have night vision goggles on.
I fucking dig that, man. It's cool that, like, and it sucks that there's theft. when everyone's
There's
kind of in this
theft,
situation
there's
together.
Destruction of property. You name
There's,
If somebody sees
leading
something
on.
they think they're entitled to it. That's not all homeless people. There's a majority of them, though. And when people get robbed themselves, they go in their mentality, well, if everyone else is doing it, why shouldn't I?
Right, man.
And that's not a way of thinking.
See, like, if someone steals your stuff, say you go into their place, and they let you, and you go to take that back, because it is yours, and they stole from you. You're therefore stealing their stuff, but you're taking back your property. No, you're stealing.
I got one more question for you, bro. And thank you so much for doing this and being kind to me and welcoming me. This is your house, so like, I honor that and thank you.
Welcome here anytime.
If you had anything to say to your younger self or other people out there, maybe
Other people.
Other people in similar situations, what would you have? Do you have any advice or inspirational or?
It wouldn't be inspirational.
What do you got?
Years ago, I did drink and suicide again, and the gun jammed.
Were you drinking? A big drinker?
Oh yeah, they were clear.
Damn, bro.
Bottle a night.
I think that wasn't even legal in PA. So it was like you had to go to Jersey or something to get it back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
So you had a suicide attempt, man. That's
gun jam.
And the specific gun and model is designed not to jam.
Since we're on the same subject, and I'm just as crazy as you, I stuck a shotgun, and luckily in my mouth when I was 12, pulled the trigger. Luckily, my dad was amazing. He took care of his guns. But my whole thing with suicide, and let me know what you think about this before we wrap this up. I knew something in me had to die. I just tried killing the wrong self. It wasn't my physical body. It was my thinking that I was trying to kill. It wasn't my physical body.
Well, a lot of people are like,
I was trying to kill the wrong self, essentially.
Everyone's like,
To a point, I can agree with that, to a point. But when you're being told you're doing nothing wrong, this isn't you, but everybody's talking about you, and everybody's pointing fingers at you and taking pictures of you, and
Jeez.
You start thinking it's you, so how do you fix something that you don't know is broken because no one's telling you it's broken?
You can't solve the problem from the problem.
Puzzle with 9 corners.
That just registers. That's deep, man. I do. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm exhausted, man. It's been a long day. That garbage run was a hell of a trip. I'm happy we cleaned up this area a little bit, because this leads out to the Lehigh River, and I think that's a cold water fishery. That's like a protected place. So you guys rock. Oh, I almost fell. All right. So what's going on, Tennessee? All right, I'm gonna turn. That was a great interview with Kyle. Ross.
Ross?
Yeah, man.
Nice people, man.
You're
all right.
Thank you, bro. You too, man. You guys are all great.
For me, my brother Drew to come up here took me. I don't care.
You want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds great. Finally met up with my boy Tennessee. What's going on?
How you doing?
He's the realest one I've met at this. How many people do you think live in here?
I would say around 50 on this, but look, it goes different ways, guys. Like it comes up this way, and on the other side of the creek, there's tents on the other side, like where the basketball courts are.
Right.
On the other side of that, there's tents going up that creek. I mean, these tents are pretty much everywhere. Everywhere, in the woods.
And the most surprising thing to me is how smart people are. You are like a literal genius with trivia. You could legit go on Jeopardy and run house, dude.
No, I don't know about run house. I don't think I can win on Jeopardy, but I can beat most people I know at Jeopardy.
What's the highest mountain in Asia?
Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
What's the capital of Massachusetts?
Boston.
What year did Charles Darwin write Origin of Species?
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know the answer.
1859, but that's a trick. No one knows that trick.
Did you know he didn't even fucking start evolution? His fucking grandfather did?
Yeah, and he piggybacked.
That's crazy.
And at the same time,
I just learned that shit.
There was another guy across the world who was coming up with the same theory, which is fascinating. And the other fascinating part is Charles Darwin had sex and married his cousin. You knew that?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. He's a legit genius, guys. We're going to grab cigarettes for him.
The closest galaxy to us.
Oh, you got me beat.
Andromeda.
Andromeda?
Yeah.
We'll get into it all. He's fascinating. He's a good guy, good heart. And yeah, so we're trying to get a GoFundMe for everyone in here, man, because this is our community. And I have no idea how this all happened.
You know what I think we should use with the GoFundMe? I think we should get solar panels for the down there. That way we can have electricity for everybody.
Do you think that, like, no one messes with you guys, right?
No.
And it's pretty much legal in the state.
It is legal.
Yeah.
Because the railroad company owns that land.
Fascinating.
So cops can't kick us out of it. That's my understanding.
Railroad cops have like more authority.
I've never seen a railroad cop in there.
So we're gonna get back into Tennessee's story. It's pretty fascinating. It's interesting, and he is the lowdown everything at the camp in Bethlehem, PA, which has turned out to be really safe. I thought I was gonna be in trouble. Tennessee had my back.
No, hold up. If you would have went to any other camp, you would probably have been in trouble, bro. That's a fact. Like,
so like a normal civilian can't really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, I'm different. If you would have showed up, anybody else would have probably ripped you off or thought you was a cop and got paranoid and wouldn't talk to you. But I almost didn't fuck with you either. I was but
we became friends, and he came over.
Now I want to be your friend. That's right. I was going to ask you that earlier. I said, will you be my friend?
He took a shower at my house, and
I'm trying to do that as often as possible.
Yeah. So listen, guys, we're gonna get this interview going. We're going to buy him some cigs right now. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Welcome to the podcast with my friend Tennessee, who I met at the homeless encampment in Bethlehem, PA.
Sand Island.
It's called Sand Island?
Yep, Sand Island. Hi, y'all. I'm Tennessee.
And he's from Georgia.
No.
He's from Tennessee, Knoxville, right?
No, I'm from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay.
Up in the mountains.
We thought it would be easier. He had to get cigarettes. We thought it would be easier to just do it here at my apartment. And I'm so interested in the lifestyle, how you got there, and your background. Like, where do you even want to start?
It was crazy. So I am new in the encampment, and usually new people have to put their tent up at the beginning of there's like a pecking order. When you start getting there, you got a tent here, and then you can slowly move yourself into the main encampments if they like you, if people like you. But I fucking just I came right in, and like some of the main people that's been there for years, let me start staying with them within the first week.
I think I wouldn't, by the way, the people I met there that you introduced me to, the most generous people, the most kind people, the most positive. I just talked to Kyle, the army guy.
I like Kyle a lot.
I can't believe that, number one, the city treats
That's so good. They treat us so good.
They do treat you.
They come drop us off. People, look, I don't know about the city, but people from Bethlehem stop on a daily basis and give us stuff. No crap. On a daily basis, people bring water right to the entrance where I stay at, right down there, and they'll okay, anybody wants water and sandwiches, come get it. It's almost every single day. And they bring clothes and they bring food. And next week, there's one that comes that brings gift cards, some $25 gift cards.
No, I was under the impression that it was like illegal and the cops were like being.
It's not.
So that's amazing.
It's not like that at all. Cops hardly ever come down there and bother anybody.
Are most people there by choice? Is it drugs? Is it mental illness?
It's some of all of the above. There's plenty of crazy people in there. A lot of days I feel like a psychiatrist in there. That's no shit. If you ever hang out where I live at Doug's, you'll see 2 or 3 people come in a row talking to themselves, acting weird. And you got people that's on the run from the laws down there, and you got people that just don't want to pay rent and live free. That's a big cushion, you know. If you ain't fucked up living outside. Somewhere a lot cheaper.
Right.
It's free.
Dude, with inflation and everything, I mean, it's not a bad move. It's the only thing I'm worried about. Wasn't there a murder like a couple weeks back?
Not neither wasn't.
Or a stabbing or something?
Not neither wasn't.
Okay, so this is gossip.
That's right.
Gossip is the root of all evil, man.
There's
It's
been no
bad
stabbings
for
in there. It's not been there. There's been no murders for sure.
So it's been super peaceful.
Pretty peaceful. I've been in a few fights.
You kind of are the peacemaker that I've seen, and I don't know anything about. You know so much more. I don't know when this all started.
Started a long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago.
How many people do you think are in the actual encampment?
I would say I can do a rough estimate count. Let's see.
A census?
I would say between 30 and 50 is back there from between.
That's it.
Between at the beginning down there and the graveyard.
It seems like a lot more.
It's not a lot. Some people don't live there, come through there. This time they party every day.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's not a bad place to go party. You're out of the limelight, and the cops are probably not coming back there.
It's a beautiful creek area.
It's a nice creek area. I mean, people come out. Look, every morning when I wake up, or when as people are waking up, the sun's coming up, I hear people on the other side of the river over there starting to fish and run, jog, and ride their bikes, and yeah. What was that?
So here, people party all the time at my apartment
Is that the pool?
complex. The pool's on the other side.
What was that party?
This is like the grill side, and
They're partying out there?
they are. You can feel free. You're my uncle.
Sounds like there's girls out there.
I'm down to help you out.
We look and see, sir.
What's that?
We look and see.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause I want you to know, I've been 21 years in prison. My dick is really nothing.
Okay, there are 4 women playing cornhole.
Oh, I'm gonna go play.
Let's finish this
Okay,
interview because I really am so interested.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish the interview. I haven't been around women that much, so
So here's the deal. No sane person in Bethlehem went down to the encampment and said, hey, what's going on? People were scared, and now
Wow.
the truth. Yeah, because now that I know you, I met him at a gas station.
it is not.
Greatest conversation. He's brilliant. And I don't know why you went to prison, but if you feel comfortable talking about
I
that.
went to prison the first time when I was 17 for vandalizing and burglarizing my high school.
How many years did you get?
I got 3. I got a 3-year sentence at 30%. I had 35 months on it. I did 100% of it because I couldn't be good in prison.
Was it anger issues or?
I have big authority issues. Like,
Yeah.
if you tell me what to do, I'm not.
I've always had a disdain for authority.
Yeah.
I got my first felony at 12 for breaking and entering and felony trespassing.
Yeah, I was just on drugs. I was on drugs real bad when I was younger. And
What was the main drug you think?
cocaine when I was young. My mom started smoking crack when I was 15.
Your mom was smoking crack.
You know,
Oh, man.
my mom was a crack worker most of my life, selling pussy.
How'd that make you feel growing up?
It hurt me bad when I was a teenager and I figured it out. Now it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I don't even love her no more.
Really?
Yeah, she's pretty much dead to me. I call her every few weeks just to try to be nice.
And how do you guys make money? Do you guys have doctors that come down there?
So there is a thing called something to do with mental health, and they come down there and check on the mental health people and give out medications and stuff like that. But as far I have insurance. Like I could go see a doctor anytime while I have insurance.
Right.
I get anybody down there's got food stamps pretty much has insurance. The worst part about living down there is it's hard, no shower. You don't have a shower.
Right.
It's hard to stay. It's hard to. I'm working on inventing a shower right now. You know the 5-gallon drums with the coolant. I want to put a shower nozzle on the bottom of it and build a shower nozzle where you just fill it up. And I'm going to put it up
That's gonna be gravity
I'm going to put a
fed.
brace. I'm going to put a brace on a tree and then you just put the on there and take the little cap off and the shower starts running. And I figure 5 gallons you can almost take a shower 5 gallons. And if not 2 of them for sure you can take a shower.
You're like the MacGyver of.
I mean, I would like to show you some shit I can make for real. like a freshwater stinger or boil water in 3 minutes, or fucking
No way.
a moonshine still out of trash bags and a toothbrush holder that we cook moonshine with in prison.
How do you get the methanol out so you don't go blind? I think a lot of people are curious.
So that it really doesn't. It's a misconception. People go blind from using the wrong kind of metal that rusts when they cook liquor.
So they'll use copper, they use some cheap shit.
They should use something that rusts, and that'll cause you to go blind. I don't know what else causes you to go blind, but I've been cooking moonshine for over 20 years. I've never seen nobody pour out the first run ever and not drink it.
Is Copperhead Road Knoxville?
No, it's in Johnson County.
Oh wow,
Johnson County, kind of run from. I was in prison in Johnson County for how long was it Northeast? I was in Northeast for like 6 years. I was in prison in that county for like 6 years.
So I gotta, if you feel comfortable answering, your daughter Sophia, when did you have her? Was it before prison?
It was after I did my 10-year bid. I did a 3-year bid, and then I did a 10-year bid. And right after I did my 10-year bid, I really had my head screwed on tight when I got at that time. I did 3 years on max from 2007 to 2010 in a little box by myself, getting handcuffed and shackled 3 times a week, go to the shower, going get handcuffed, shackled, go to rec. Yeah.
I feel like the prison system is a total racket, dude.
It is totally a racketeer. They're making so much money.
They're making money off of human beings by putting people in cells. They're making money off the drugs.
They're making money off the families because they charge them for every phone call. All the families send money for commissary. A soup is 39 cents in there or some shit. Like everything's outrageous in there. A bag of coffee is $8. I mean, they're making so much big money.
And going to court by itself is traumatic. So at 17, just going to court, going to fucking prison, that changes a human being and it changes trajectories.
And I went to a rough ass prison when I was my first bid. I went to Northwest in Tennessee, which is all the way west, like Northeast is the prison in Johnson County. Northwest is the exact opposite on the other end of the state. But I had to go there because I was a juvenile when I did that to my high school. I got tried as an adult and they sent me to prison. So there's only one juvenile tank in the whole state of Tennessee, and it's at Northwest, and it's right on the other side, right next to the roughest prison in the state. So when I turned 18, they sent me right across the street to the roughest prison in the state. But look, I grew up fast at that place. It was such a rough prison that people check in off the bus and go to PC before even going to the yard.
Do you think you grew up and became a man?
I definitely became a man in prison. 1,000%.
That's interesting.
Mostly. I mean, I still have some. I told you, I think I'm a loser, because I've never accomplished anything.
Don't say that about my friend, bro.
And I'm 45. I'm 45 years old, and I don't own shit. But I don't care about shit like that. I do want a car. I want a job, and I want a car. Other than that, I don't care about owning anything materialistic. I'm not a materialistic person at all.
Me either, bro. My story is
do not care about.
I sold my house, bought an RV, and did the comedy thing. And I tried helping people out in Austin, Texas. Their thing down there, dude, was fentanyl. And they used to have something called Suboxone.
Yeah, I was Suboxone.
Yeah, so anyways, you can't take Suboxone with fentanyl now. So these people were dying down in Austin, Texas. And I tried helping people out there. I owned a sober living for a number of years. Yeah, it's called Integrity House. So my whole thing is trying to help the community because I don't believe in the president and all this stuff. You can make change locally.
You have to make it locally. You have to, because people don't care. They just got a yap. That's all they got. If they cared, they would be doing. They wouldn't be selling guns to crazy people. They wouldn't be selling cigarettes to their fucking and alcohol to their people. If they really cared, they would not do that.
So, are alcoholics pretty bad?
Not that bad down there. There's a few down there. It's mostly meth heads.
Oh, okay.
Mostly meth.
Well, here's my thing, man. You've been helping so many people out in the community down there. Dude, to be honest, I had a totally different perception of that place before.
But most people ain't like that, like I am down there. They're not like helping people. Like, you have people that they'll feed you if you come by. Like, there's definitely other nice people down there, but most people ain't like me. Just help people, to be helping people, and just because I like to. It's called altruism. You ever heard of altruism?
Yeah. Do you believe that altruism exists?
No, I just believe that kind of fits my outlook. I help people even when it's worse for me. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you believe altruism exists?
I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in any kind of. I don't believe in shit. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in luck. I think everything's random and shit just happens.
The chaos. The universe is chaos.
It is chaos.
But altruism, I'm just going to point this out. Even someone running into a burning building to save a child, they still get a secondary benefit by, like, in the community, hey, you did this, you're a hero now. So altruism, I'm not sure if, like, true altruism actually exists.
What do you mean? I do stuff for nice people stuff all the time.
And you don't tell anyone, right?
I mean, I do a little bit, but it doesn't. I don't believe in heaven, so I'm not doing it to go to heaven. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe I'm gonna be reincarnated and get lucky or something. I do it just because it's in my DNA to be nice to people. I like to help people. It makes me feel good to help somebody.
It does, man.
And you know, the world we're so much better place if people just would be nice and try to help people.
It's an act of service. It's like, if you're doing service, you feel good. What I loved about meeting you is, like, you're actually spiritual, but even though you say you're not.
I'm definitely not.
I know you say that, but, like, here's the deal with Moses in the old. I know I'm not trying to trip you out, but Moses was like, dude, you got the wrong guy. Like, I'm not a leader. You totally got me wrong, bro. And imagine if politicians did. You totally got me wrong, bro. And imagine if politicians did that. Like, dude, that guy's way better for this job.
Yeah,
you know, it would never happen. But, like, I don't know. My thing right now is I'm trying to get a GoFundMe for specifically where your community. Mm-hmm. And since you have helped so many people down there, I would like to hand deliver the check to you.
I would love to help people with it, man.
And I would love to see you reconnect with your daughter. I mean, fixed your knee, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, man, I could get that done. My knee's messed up, man.
Do you miss your daughter?
I miss her a lot.
If you could say anything to her right now, what would you say?
So I love her and I miss her. And I hope she reaches out to me. That's where we're at. Like, last time I tried to talk to her, she's like, I really don't want to talk to you. And I was like, well, you know how to find me if you do, you know?
So let me ask you, do you believe aliens? Do you have, like, any wild beliefs?
I know, I believe that aliens do exist and they're out in space because there's just too many planets, too many galaxies, too many.
What's the nearest galaxy?
Andromeda is the nearest galaxy to us. And see, actually, you know how the Milky Way, I just learned this, the Milky Way has those arms, you can see them sometimes.
Yeah.
That's because we actually already collided with other galaxies during our existence, and we ate them, we engulfed them because we were the bigger galaxy. We're on point to collide with Andromeda in the future, and it's going to eat us. But it's a long, long time away.
I have a theory with space, because you can't just go and get a jar of it, right?
No.
It's like a vacuum inside. I think it's leaving any center of mass, you have less stuff. Because when I was in Denver, there's less oxygen. There's less. When you're in this, as soon as you leave the stratosphere and you're in the ionosphere, there's like nothing. So as soon as you get away from center of mass, I believe that's actually it's just altitude, and there's just nothing.
But there is stuff out. There's other galaxies everywhere.
There is. What I'm trying to say is, like, space could just be altitude.
But there's so much stuff out there. I know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There's so many stuff. Like Jupiter has 58 moons. You know what I'm saying? There's at least 50.
Wow.
Jupiter has 50-some moons.
Do you think the moon fucks with us because it affects tides? We're primarily water. Do you think it has any impact on human beings? Shit like that?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I know it definitely has an impact on our planet for sure. Like the moon is very tied to us, and but everything in space is tied to time. You know, we make our clocks from space. You know what I'm saying? So the sun goes around the Earth 365 times in a year. That's a calendar. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Our world is measured by that stuff because it's always on time. The Earth always goes around 24 hours on its axis. It always goes 365 days, except for, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much measured to a nanosecond.
I have a hard time wrapping my head around the concept of time.
It is hard. It is hard.
How is it relative? And do you think we're always in the present moment?
I do, but I don't believe in nothing extra. I really don't.
Right.
Until I see some proof. And when I was younger, I believed in a lot of extra shit. But now that I'm 45.
Like what?
Okay, like, let me think. Like aliens coming here. Like I used to think that they came here. Of course I did, because it's so many people have said it's happened. The crop circle thing had me hooked on Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid. I see the crop circles and I'm like, oh god, this had to be a group of aliens, you know? But now it's a crock of shit, man. Like I don't know. I just I don't believe in anything.
Yeah, we're so different than any other creature, and our consciousness is strange.
It's way different.
We were talking about your engineering, you're building your tents, mini houses. That's all from consciousness, and then we can manifest it, and we can predict the future.
You just have to work at it, man. If you want something to happen, you work at it, it will. That's how I just do it. You just have to have the drive to do it. And you gotta care. Like I like to say, I take pride in my work. Anything I'm making, like I make hacky sacks and I make dream catchers and I can make all kinds of stuff like that. And I really take my pride and take my time and do a good job.
What do you think about dreams?
I don't think much of them. I think it's just your brain
Rebooting.
Just thinking of shit. I'm impressed with like how when I dream and I remember the vivid dreams, how my brain can paint a picture of something I've never seen before. It's really amazing.
Have you ever had a dream that has come true?
No.
That's been going on with me my whole life. I can't predict it. I can't control it. But all of the deja vu of like, holy shit, I dreamed that. I'm not saying that it's unique or anything. A lot of people have that, but
it could be. I've never met anybody that can do anything special. I tell you what, though, something weird did happen to me recently in the encampment. This guy named Mikey came in the tent, and he had never even spoken to me before. Right? He sits in there for 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm talking every once in a while in this conversation we're having. We're all getting high, and he looked about 10, 15 minutes. And he listen, no shit. He stops. He looks at me.
you guys are high on
meth and weed.
Okay.
And he looks at me and he says, "You're a game changer." I said, "Why the fuck you just say that?" And he said, "I don't know how to just get that feeling that you're a game changer." I said, "How often you do this?" Because this is the thing. I don't know if I consider myself a game changer, but my mind frame is definitely like we were talking with the contraceptives and kids. And that's going to change the fucking game. Like when I moved into Tent City, I immediately started trying to hook power up to the place to change the game. That's exactly how my fucking brain works. All the time, I'm always trying to change something for the better or make something better. And that guy looked at me after 10 minutes and said, "You're a game changer." And I was like, how the fuck did you just do that? I'd never met him before. I'd never even spoken to him.
You know what the most resilient part about you is, and everyone in the encampment? I know people with a lot of things. Like I know millionaires, some comedians, and they're not happy still. You are more positive than half the people I meet that have, quote unquote, the American dream, the house, the white picket fence, the wife, and
I don't know what I got. I know I've had people see it before though. In prison, a guy came up to me, an old comic, and said, "Jason, you're the freest." He said, "No, I'm the free." A guy in prison told me, "Jason, you're the freest motherfucker I've met here." And I was like, "Damn, what do you mean by that?" He's like, "You just don't let this shit bother you." And I did not. In prison, I wake up happy, go sleep happy there too. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it has all its flaws. But hey, you're there. I get up, I play Scrabble, I fucking play basketball, play poker. You know, I keep myself busy.
Can I show you a bar trick I learned?
Yeah.
It's called 357.
All right.
And I'll show it for the audience too. They'll learn the secret. But hey, while I get these sticks, when you were in prison, man, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm right.
How can you be more free in prison? Because most people think you're not free. Because you were more free in prison than you were out.
I don't know about more free, but I was free in there because I didn't let it get me down. I never let shit bother me there. I was always happy and upbeat and doing stuff and staying busy. I think staying busy is one of the most important things you can do. If you're just laying around, moping in your cell, thinking about what you're missing out on, And of course you're going to be miserable. Me, I'm out there. I can't wait to open the yard. Can't wait till it's time to go to eat. You know what I'm saying? Just living life in there, hustling, making shit.
Well, you're certainly a lot different. I prejudged, like I'll admit it, I judged the encampment, I judged you, and I was totally wrong. I even said that like I was scared going down.
But I'm telling you, I'm definitely, you said it right, I'm an anomaly. I am different than most of the people down there. I am different than most people in prison. I'm not really like that. I'm really a nice guy that just wants to get along and help people, and I just like to be high too, and that's why I live in where the tents are, because I don't want to be at home around my family members who don't get high, and they don't want me there really if I'm doing that. But I have, some that
You don't even steal though.
I do steal.
Oh, you do?
Not from people I know though.
Gotcha. And you probably feel more comfortable stealing from someone who's rich, like
That's right.
that doesn't pay their fair share of taxes.
That's right. But I mean, there's a lot of people down there. We can't make no sense. A lot of people down there steal from all the people down there in Kansas City or in St. Island. These are the poorest people in town who are homeless, who live in
breaks my
tent,
heart.
who can't afford hardly to take care of themselves, and people are stealing shit from them. I can't say, hey, everybody knows stealing's wrong. All right, well, I steal from stores and I steal from people I don't know. That's wrong, but it's still not the same as stealing from people who got no damn money. I mean, it's horrible.
I can't
People
believe
steal.
that. When you were telling me the horror stories of people stealing from people that are literally in the same situation.
Yeah, and people that are good to them. Like, I'm good to everybody down there. If I have stuff, you can have some. If I have some, you can have some. You don't have to steal from me. If I have 2 lighters and you need one, I'll give you one. You don't have to steal it.
And you can just ask.
You can just ask me. That's right.
And it's kind of like an anarchist community in the sense where a lot of people share, which is very fascinating to me.
Well, some people share. They do.
When society can't even do that. You would think that we would be able to mass produce our needs for free in 2025.
You think so?
You guys are closer than society because inflation, everything's crazy.
Because
right now, man.
we're not listening to nobody else. We're just doing it on our own way down there. We don't have nobody. There's nobody running nothing.
You're making local change.
I don't know about that. I hope so.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you know the story about the Bethlehem Public Library.
No, I don't.
So my producer, that CD I showed you in Alice in Tragedy, my producer got a free recording studio in the Bethlehem Public Library. So every walk of life, every demographic, economic status can go in there, make a podcast for free, top-notch recording equipment, record an album, and all you have to do is sign up. It's like, where else? I'd never heard of that besides in Bethlehem, PA.
I tell you what, they really look out for their homeless people here. More than anywhere I've ever been. These people around here look out. I tell them every time they bring stuff how awesome they are. I do.
I'm sure you do.
I do. Every time. You're awesome. I tell them all that.
So let's play this game and wrap this podcast up. But before I show this game to you, if you could give any advice, or if you have any words of wisdom, or you just want to, say something to people out there that may be struggling, going through something hard, what would you have? Like, what would you say?
I would say, if you're struggling with anything, just try to get, think back to a time when you was happy and how you was living and who you was living around. And, usually if you're not happy, it's for a reason. So, try to figure it out. That's how you beat something. You gotta figure out what the problem is. And if the problem is somebody upsetting you that's right, don't be around no more. If the problem is, you're happy with how you eat, then try to change it. You gotta put in some work sometimes. You gotta do some soul searching to fix shit.
So I'm so happy I met you, and you cleared up so many questions for me being in this community. Those are fucking human beings down there, and I know some people are against it. They didn't even talk to anyone in there.
No, some people look at us like we're lepers, or we got leprosy. Some people drive by and look at us like we're the fucking zoo. But a lot of people come help us. And most people don't judge.
See, I totally believe in good, man. I think good's more powerful than evil. I don't know what you believe in, but I believe that it's more powerful.
I hope. Well, I don't meet many people like me. You know, you're similar to me. You like helping people. You don't really have an ulterior motive. I don't know. I don't have an ulterior motive. I like being nice to people. I always offer my help. Look, anytime I'm out and I walk by in the encampment and I see somebody carrying something, I ask them if they need help. You know, anytime I'm in an encampment and the trash needs to take it out, I offer to do it. I mean,
sanitation's a big problem, right? And you helped.
It's not a big problem. I've helped clean it up.
Yeah, tonight. I mean, you bagged up how many bags?
Big problem. I've helped clean it up.
Yeah, tonight. I mean, you bagged up how many bags?
Yeah, and I just met that guy.
Yeah,
but really, I did.
I love that.
I really did.
I was happy to help.
But there's a reason. Because I had an ulterior motive for that though. So I have a good friend named Terry who's down there. He's one of the old heads there, and he's one of my favorite people there. And he said, I'll move up there, and he told me to keep the trash, and he ain't doing it. So I was like, well, I'll go up there and help him get the trash out. And you know, that's what, man. That was 3 or 4 days ago. You know, I'm busy a lot, so sometimes I can't get it done, or I'm too high. Can't get it done.
Do you think you're gonna ever get off it?
Saying absolutely.
I know the drugs.
Oh sure, I was just clean for 4 months recently, man.
How'd you do it? That's amazing.
When I moved up here, I just quit. I moved up here from Tennessee, and I quit when I got here, and I didn't get high for 4 months. That's amazing. I was clean for 4 months. I met this girl online from Hellertown, and I met her one time. We kicked it, had sex, and then she wanted me to move in. So I moved in with her in Hellertown. Within like 2 or 3 weeks, I realized she was too mean for me, and I left. And ended up meeting some people closer to Sand Island and partying there at this crack house. And then the landlord made a big fit of it, so I didn't really have nowhere to go. I left up out of there, and I ended up meeting some people who lived in the tent place. And everybody, people was like, you don't have to work your way in. You don't have to, they're going to have to accept you down there. And I got in there pretty good in a short period of time.
Everyone I talk to says they love you there. So anything we can do to help out, we're going to try and do it. I want to show you this game 357. You're extremely smart with general knowledge. I don't know how much you read in prison.
Thousands of books.
So the idea is this. You can take as many as you want from each row. You just can't take from multiple rows. So you could take all 3 of these, and the idea is you do not want to pick up the last stick. So
I don't like it.
It's called 357. You can win drinks if you are a drinker out there. 357.
Let me show everybody my night tattoo work in prison.
All right,
Check
cool.
this shit out.
Yeah, you want to hold the camera?
Check this shit out. Check his Scrabble tattoo out, guys. Very personal.
He's a mean Scrabble player, dude.
It's got my 2 sisters' names and my mom and dad. It says Jamie, Megan, mom and dad. And it's got my daughter's name, Sophia. Got my sleeve goes on down. This is prison work. It's nice, man. I got lucky. Got a cell. My cellie, my last cellie.
How old are those tattoos?
Not that old, a couple years, 22. This hand piece is my favorite piece. It's half skull, half chick, with tongue ring.
That is sick. Holy shit. I like that tattoo a lot. I have one tattoo, that's it. I got a book from the
one more tattoo. Check this one out, guys. This one got all the timepiece. It shows all the bids I did. The calendar's fine off the clock.
Damn. Is that a barcode, dude? Like Hitman?
Barcode. It's got my prison number underneath it. It's a timepiece as well.
That's cool. So, this is the game, dude. You don't want to pick the last one.
Okay.
You can take as many as you want from each row. You just can't take from multiple rows. That's pretty much. We'll do a practice one first, and I'll explain the rule, how to win the game for everyone out there too. All right. Let's see. I can put it on that. Nice. All right, you want me to go first? Do you go first?
How to work in?
You can take from any row as many as you want. So I could take all 3, right? But you only can take from one row, and you do not want the last. You don't want to be the last one to pick up a stick.
I'll go first.
Okay. So you took those. All right.
Yeah, this works.
Oh, so this is how I would win now. I could take all this, and then you're stuck with the last one.
Yeah.
You know,
I lose.
yeah. You want to do one more round?
No, I don't like it.
All right. I'm going to tell you the secret for you guys out there. You want to have an odd number. So if you saw what just happened, this is called 357, and you can win thousands of drinks. I think I never lost at a bar.
Oh, I got something I tell people.
Yeah.
So, look, we got a bunch of firewood chopped up down there, guys. If anybody wants to buy some firewood by the truckload, I got a half price. Whatever you buy it for on a regular basis at average price, I'll sell it to you for half of that.
Is it oak or ash?
It's ash. It burns really good. If you want to try a sample in your fire pit, I got your sample. We'll give you a sample. You can try it. See if you like the wood. We really like the ash. It burns really hot, and it's a very hard wood like oak.
Can you cook with it?
Yes, you could. Yeah. You could put it in your stove. Stay warm. You cook with it. You can. It's good firewood. It's good firewood, and what else?
That would help him out. He's trying to find work too.
I'm looking for a job.
So I love that, man.
I'm looking for a job. Please help me get a job before I go back to prison. All right? I'm gonna go back to prison if I don't get a job.
He's a great dude,
I'm
and
a hard worker.
I'm so surprised at how positive everyone is at that encampment. It's kind of moving. Like I was telling you, bro, like I was like scared going down there. I'm like wearing my steel toes, like am I gonna have to? And it was great because of you and other people. And I'm so happy I got to interview. And Kyle.
We can pull that RV, that motherfucker, man. I'm serious, we'll park it.
So thank you guys. This is Bethlehem, PA, the Chronicles. I guess I'm the first one to venture down there and talk to normal people. Everyone down there is normal. It's not. Yeah, he says he gets the VA meds, but he seems more normal than half the people I meet in the street.
He sees somebody in a shadow that's going to kill him, and he don't know if it's real or not. He's in multiple realities. And I told him, but Kyle, you seem like you're fine. I said, if I'm around, if you ever had that thought, you could say, hey, is that guy over there? And I just go tell you, it's some bullshit. Because you trust me. He read me right as soon as he met. He told me today, you were the only people I would trust in my camp when I was gone. I said, well, you just let me, Kyle. He said, it don't matter. But he's right, though.
You have a good energy about you.
Well, I mean, I've been there for a month, and nobody could say that I stole anything from him.
Right.
Nobody could say that. Nobody could say, hey, Tennessee stole from me while I was sleeping. Tennessee, ripped me off. Or I don't do stuff like that. Not the people down there.